Hello, it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and I'm back with week 10 or block 10 of Moda Blockheads 6. And you can see it's another foundation paper piecing pattern. I have to say I loved it last week. If you saw my video last week, I do love this foundation paper piecing. And when I saw that it was another one, I thought it was a bit odd to have two the same back to back. I thought maybe they might have spread them out a bit. But actually, on reflection, I'm really glad that they were back to back because it's really helped to reinforce from what I did a few days ago, or what should have been last week, on how to do this, especially as the patterns are exactly the same as well. It's the same design that we're doing. So really glad it was one of these. If you saw my video last week, I think it was, or yesterday, I can't remember when I would have posted it. I did have a few issues and trouble with the bottom of these, so they didn't quite match at the bottom. So I don't know, now that I'm looking back on this, I don't know if it's because maybe I stopped stitching near the dotted line rather than the trim line. So I think next time I do this, I will stitch all the way down to the trim line and not just to that kind of dotted line where the ends of the lines are, because maybe that's all I can think of. Maybe that's where I went wrong. It wasn't a total disaster. At least these side bits of the triangles look great, and the distance at the top was great. It was just the bottom, it didn't quite match, so it was a little bit off. So definitely want to improve on that next time, but I definitely am enjoying. I'm so glad I came across Moda Blockheads. I'd never heard of it before. I am learning so much. I feel like I am getting better and better each week, and I'm so glad that it's quite a long program as well. I believe it goes all the way through to November. After this one, I am literally got one more to do, and then I'm caught up and up to date. So I'm also glad that I'm not going to be spamming my YouTube channel with two of these a week. Be good to get down to just one a week, then I can post some other stuff. So please bear with me if you're a regular viewer and you're probably getting a little bit fed up of seeing all of these. It will subside at some point. Next bit of the pattern, I realise at this point that I haven't cut the rest of these, the squares, so I have to go off and cut these. I also realised I'd cut these a little bit too big, but that's fine. I figure I can still work with it, so I keep them as they are rather than cut more of those. But yeah, I feel like from memory now I got interrupted halfway through cutting them, and I probably never went back to finish them off because there were a few of these pieces that were missing. Half square triangles, they are my nemesis, I'm pretty sure, but I think it's just practice makes perfect, because I do feel a little bit better doing them. I don't feel like I've got to refer to the instructions as much. It's still a gamble, it's still hit and miss. Am I going to actually get all of them looking neatly when they're all lined up at the end? In this instance, yeah, a few of them were still off. I think there was 16 in the end that we did, so not too bad, having I think 4 out of the 16 a little bit wobbly and a little bit wonky. Or the other thing, I've got news. You see I'm using my little Cricut Easy Press here. I have been and splurged on an Oliso iron, if that's how you pronounce it. There was a 40% off coupon at Spotlight. They don't normally allow you to use it on electrical goods. It normally says in the terms and conditions, no electrical, but it didn't say that this time. It just said not valid on sewing machines, craft machines. So yes, my name is Karen, and I did turn into a right Karen asking to speak to the manager, and I was being a bit pedantic about the rules. So they did let me buy the iron with 40% off. So really pleased with that, because I don't know if I would have paid the full price for it, a little bit out of my price range. So this is where I go wrong initially. I'll show you this bit anyway, obviously, but these were cut down to 2-inch squares from memory. And as I'm doing this one, I don't know how it went wobbly and a bit wrong, so I end up having to redo that one. But I figure what I need to do, because I've obviously measured it wrong, is just cut my ruler here just to help it, especially with having 16 of them to do. I thought it would be a little bit quicker, so I don't miss lining up that diagonal line with the line in the middle of the square as well. So I actually cut all of those on my other craft mats just so I can lean forward and put a bit of weight on. This is the bit that I thought I was going to struggle on. If you saw my last blog for week 9, the centre of it looked a right mess. So I was a bit nervous about this. But as you can see, I actually think this has probably turned out to be the best bit of all of these blocks, to be honest. You can see my little square triangles in the corners there are looking pretty good, I have to say, until I start patching them all together. So this is my finished block. I'm just pointing out here where I feel like I could improve for next time. I'm really loving my colour choices on this one as well. I think this is the first one that I've really enjoyed the colour choices that I've made. And my overall size was again just too short to trim, so I'm still going wrong somewhere. I need to revisit and practice the scant 1/4 inch. That's all it can be because I'm getting so much more accurate on my cutting. So I'm going to have a go at that before I do tackle week 11 or block 11. That's got over 100 separate pieces and it's going to finish at 27 inch. Wow, it's a whopper. So I definitely want to make sure I get it as right as I can with the amount of fabric that's going to be used for that one. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a great crafting weekend if you've got some crafting lined up. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.